watching. It's time for your bi-weekly dose of Broadway news. One of the newest musicals this season, Hands on a Hardbody, will unfortunately be closing on this Saturday, April 13th. At the time of closing, it will have played 56 shows. This includes 28 previews and 28 regular performances. The show was playing at the Brooks Atkinson Theater. This show is about an ensemble of actors and actresses who, like the 1995 documentary of the same name, are all entering to win a truck. The catch is that they all must keep their hand on the truck at all times, and the last one standing wins. It stars Allison Case and Hunter Foster, among many other Broadway names. It sounds like it was just an incredible and unique show, and it's very unfortunate that it won't be given its time to shine on the Great Wendi Way. However, it will be considered for the 2013 Tony Awards. Fans of Pippin can get excited. They will have the chance to own the soundtrack to that revival coming in June 2013. It was announced this week that an original Broadway cast recording will be produced by Ghostlight Records for the Broadway revival starring Patina Miller. The album is scheduled to be recorded on April 29th with a release date set for June of this summer. The show is currently in previews at the Music Box Theater and has an opening night set for April 25th. While the future of Smash is uncertain, we can look forward to some future episodes that will include some Broadway stars and celebrities. It was announced that the April 20th episode, entitled Opening Night, will have guest stars including Matthew Broderick, Rosie O'Donnell, and of course, Bernadette Peters. This episode of the show revolves around Bombshell's opening night on Broadway. The show also stars Broadway veterans Jeremy Jordan, Christian Borle, Krista Rodriguez, and Andy Mientus. The future of this show is still up in the air, with last Saturday's ratings being very poor, in fact, the lowest to date. DVR statistics were released this week for the week of March 18th, and with these numbers, the number of viewers actually doubled, which is a great recoup for the show, and it means all might not be lost. The much-awaited musical Matilda, which has come from the West End to New York City, opens this Thursday, April 11th. The show opens at the Shubert Theater after winning a record-breaking 7 Olivier Awards, including Best Musical, over in London. The show is based on the much-loved novel by Roald Dahl that inspired the 1996 film. The show is about a young girl with extraordinary and unique powers and how she and her schoolmates deal with overbearing adults in their lives. Songs from this musical include Naughty and Revolting Children. The show is still playing on the West End with immense success, incredible word of mouth, and critically acclaimed reviews. This is definitely one I'm excited to catch in the near future. I mentioned last week that Idina Menzel will be performing at the upcoming Olivier Awards, but fans don't have to wait that long to see her. She will be appearing on a new episode of Glee on April 19th. This is the 19th episode of the 4th season, entitled Sweet Dreams. In this episode, Rachel is auditioning for the Broadway revival of Funny Girl, so I'm very excited to catch that. With Idina Menzel returning to Glee, I want to ask you, what previous guest star would you like to return to McKinley High? Glee is known for its guest stars in the past, including Josh Groban, Neil Patrick Harris, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Kristen Chenoweth, among many others. So of all Glee's guest stars, which one would you like to see return? Tweet me at @TheRealWendi or let me know on Tumblr, and your answer could appear in Monday's episode. Question of the week from Monday is, what role would you most like to see your favorite Broadway star in? I got many answers. I appreciate it and love hearing from you guys, and here were my favorites. Sarah, Twitter handle @Foxy05, said Aaron Tveit as Chris in Miss Saigon. #ICanDream. Dan, at Twitter handle @DanKassoff, asked, has Leah Michele played Fanny Bryce from Funny Girl yet? No, she hasn't, but if you tune into Glee, her character Rachel will be auditioning for the role of Fanny Bryce in an upcoming episode. Camille, at Twitter handle @CamilleRetfield, said Hunter Parrish in the role of Elphaba, obviously. #not kidding, #look at this, with the attached video. Let's take a look.
And if you care to find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly.
While that's definitely an unconventional choice, it was definitely the most unique and creative suggestion that we got. And Tumblr user A Hint of Hope suggested Sutton Foster in Miss Sandra in All Shook Up. Thanks so much for watching this episode of The Great Wendi Way. I will see you guys back here on Monday for what's going on the Great Wendi Way.